Hello out there, and today I am announcing and getting underway a couple raffles and talking about this auction for this paramilitary 2 that is going to benefit the family of my late buddy Nick Maffei. So today we're just going to go through all of the items that are going to be available and how you guys can get in on them. They are going to be available on Instagram as well as on YouTube, but the raffles that we're going to be doing, which are the other two, those are going to be started on YouTube to give you guys the first crack at it, and then I'll post it on Instagram in the next day or so if those don't fill up. But let's get started with the whole situation and just fill you guys in if you're not aware. So Nick was a great buddy of mine. He was one of my favorite people in the knife community, and since he passed at the beginning of the year, it just hasn't been the same. And I don't want things to be the same, to be honest. It's one of those situations where it was just a devastating loss to a ton of people and to his family, of course. And his family did benefit from a lot of really great people in the community and a lot of great companies in the community coming together and raising a lot of money when this happened back in January. And since then, a number of raffles and things have been undertaken, and there's been a pretty decent continual string of support. But I wanted to do something at the holiday season to give them a little bit more of a boost, to take care of maybe some Christmas stuff. It is Nick's wife, and he did have 2 daughters as well. So it's got to be tough, man. And all this, on a personal note, all this happened when my wife was pregnant with our daughter, and so it's just impossible for me to look at her and not think about the situation and not imagine how terrible that would be if it were my family who was having to deal with that type of a loss. So as far as things go, I'm always going to be trying to figure out how to keep getting things and getting some funds back towards that family to keep them going strong. In that regard, I don't usually do this, but I reached out to a number of different distributors and companies just trying to get some donations for raffles or auctions. And of all the companies that I reached out to, and I'm not going to knock anyone, that's not the point of this. The point is to shout out the people who responded. St. Nick's responded, and River's Edge Cutlery responded as well and donated, which is awesome because they don't know who I am. I just emailed them as a person, and I'm not like, anyone really special or massive in the community with that much weight. So, they did this and donated these items out of the goodness of their heart. And we'll get into the ones from River's Edge in just a minute. But the one that's already going on right now is an auction for this paramilitary 2, this St. Nick's Knives exclusive CPM 4V, brand new. This is a beautiful knife. Of all the different PM2 configurations, I think the Deadpool look like this is about as good as it gets. Just a really great looking knife. Obviously, we know the PM2 is a high quality model. The bidding at this right now is at $250 on Instagram. The way that this will work, the bidding, so you can either head over to Instagram and bid on the post on my page, and in increments of $5. This is going to end on Tuesday, I believe, evening. So the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. That's how long it'll be available. But if you don't have Instagram, you can definitely just email your bid to me at jtsknifelife@gmail.com. And I'll keep the bidding for this in the comments down below. Just keep an eye on the comments. I'll keep it updated with what the current bid is. And if there is a bid that comes through in an email, then I'll update the Instagram as well, just so everybody can be up to date with that over the next couple days as this wraps up. So that's basically how it's going to work. My goal, guys, going into this, with the things that I had, not knowing if I was going to get any kind of donations, my goal was to get $500. I thought $500 to get to the family would be a fantastic amount. I'm hoping at this point that we will surpass that, which would be great. And and I don't just mean for the auction, I mean total $500. And so the auction by itself being at $250 already is wonderful. So again, thank you to the people who are already involved. If you want to be involved, thank you again for that. Let's move over and let's talk about the raffles, because the raffles are going to be maybe a little bit trickier and a little bit harder to navigate, just because a raffle on YouTube is a little bit different. But I contacted River's Edge, and they sent me these items right here, the Ontario Knife Company Shikra, and also this Olight. Pretty good value here, honestly, and the Shikra is a knife that I'd wanted to get into my hand, and can't really do a review on this one because obviously it's meant for a raffle and can't use it. But I mean, it is it's pretty, it's one that I want to come back to. I'll just say that, you know, it's super light. It almost feels cheap when you hold it for the first time because it's so light. It's not quite bug out light. I think it's like 2.4 ounces, but it's titanium in micarta, and so literally it feels like you're holding nothing, and the action is good. You know, it's just weird with Ontario. They just don't make a lot of knives, and so it's easy for me to forget that they're out there. They don't make a lot of folders, and this one I had interest in when it came out, and I just forgot about it. But so we have this is going to be in the raffle, and so this is, let's just call this raffle number 1. It's going to be the Shikra. It's going to be this Olight, and I'm not going to take it out of the box because it hasn't been out of the box. So, but you can see, so the 5T EOS limited edition. I think it's limited just because of the color. It's like a copper, or like a brownish copper color. And then there's 3 more knives. So this raffle is going to have this Kaiser Wakola. This is a knife you might have seen on the channel a few times. I actually sold this to my buddy Jack Farmboy. You guys might know the great Jack Farmboy. I sold this to him. He paid me for it. He anodized it just for practice, and he's gotten pretty darn good at anodizing. And then he sent it back to me just as a gift. So I'm going to add it into this and pay it forward because that was awesome of him to do. Check out Jack Farmboy if you haven't already. And then these 2 knives here, this is a QSP Parrot. This is a CJRB, and God, I always forget, Feldspar, I think. I talked about this with my CJRB video recently, and the Parrot's a great QSP budget knife, so we got some good blades here. These 2 were donated by my buddy Greg, who's been so kind to this channel in the past few months, so I really appreciate him doing that. And what we're going to do here, instead of doing unlimited spots, which that just doesn't seem to work, it doesn't seem to get much traction. Instead of doing unlimited spots with this, I'm going to just do a set number of spots. So I'd say the value of this stuff is, I mean, the Kaiser, who knows, these have been discontinued, and so the prices can be really low for Kaisers like this. But we're going to say the value, what we're shooting for with this is, let's say $150 total. So we're going to do 15 spots at $10 a piece for this this raffle. 15 spots, $10 a piece. All right. And I'm going to get into the last raffle, and then I'll talk about how we will do the raffle, how that's going to actually work, all right, and how you can enter. All right, so the last raffle is going to be for this guy. This is my Benchmade bug out. This is one of the first bug outs. I believe it's actually, yeah, it is a first production Benchmade bug out. So we have that going for it. It has the Rogue Bladeworks scales, and this is one of the, I feel like it's one of the more early sets that was out there. I feel like I got in on Rogue Bladeworks pretty early on. So this is almost an OG kind of set, I'd say. And it also has the blue hardware from Blades We Love. So a nice little pimped out bug out. For my money, it's still about as cool a bug out as I'll ever need, even though they've come out with a ton of different ones at this point. So yeah, really like this knife. I felt like it was important for me to contribute something of myself, from myself, you know, something of mine that would definitely bring in some money and help support Nick and his family. You know, it's yeah, it was important to me. So what we're going to do with this is the same thing. We're going to do a raffle. It's going to be for $200 total, so 20 spots at $10 a piece. All right, so 20 spots at $10 a piece, 15 spots at $10 a piece, getting about $350 total towards Nick, and then whatever the auction brings in on top of that. And yeah, that'll be awesome. I've also heard from a few people that they wanted to contribute stuff to raffle off, auction off. Guys, if you have anything you want to send for the cause, it doesn't matter what time of year it is, when it is, like, I will take it and I will put it in a bundle, or I'll do it on its own, and whatever it brings, if it's $100, if it's $10, it'll help. So I'll be happy to do that. Just reach out, jtsknifelife@gmail.com. Okay, so how do we enter these raffles? Well, if they make it to Instagram, if they don't fill up before they get to Instagram, that'll be fairly simple. You'll just follow the post instructions when you see them there. But if you want to enter before that happens, from seeing this video, all you have to do is you have to email me at jtsknifelife at gmail.com, and then in the subject either put REC raffle or put bug out raffle, and then in the body put the number of spots that you want. All right, and so this is going to be on a timed basis. I don't know, I don't know if this is going to fill up real quick. I don't know if it's going to take a long time. So it's just going to be first come, first serve. The benefit of doing stuff like this on Instagram is that it's sort of right there in front of you. You get notifications, and so you can fill it and be very prompt. Going through the email will be a little bit more clunky. It won't be as fast, and I might not be available to respond immediately. So I will do that as soon as I can, but just be patient. And guys, if you just want to donate and you just want to contribute, even if you're not in the raffle, you're more than willing to do that. Reach out to me as well about that. All right, so we're going to run this, and then as soon as I get it filled and I get it organized, the PayPal payment is going to come to me, and then I will forward it all along to his family. So again, you're definitely going to have a PayPal. You're going to have to be in the United States, because just for shipping and promptness, that's how it's going to have to be with this. Really sorry for international viewers with this one. It's just sort of the way that it is. I'm trying to think of other notes. Definitely check the description of this video, because I know that I'm forgetting some stuff when it comes to some of the parameters and some of the things that you need to know. All right. So that's really all there is to it, though, guys. I really appreciate everyone for their donations and their help and for their interest. Every little bit helps in a situation like this, especially around the holidays. It's a great time to give back and do what you can. And I'm really happy to have the privilege to do that. All right, take care. Thanks for watching. Reach out with any questions, and I'll talk with you soon. Have a good one.